guys, it's Carolyn with Crafting with Wine, and I'm going to show you how I create and design my 2-page 12 by 12 layouts in Cricut Design Space. I'm trying a new software for recording and for sound, so bear with me if we have some issues, and if I watch it and there's too many issues, I'll delete and start all over. So I've got my canvas opened up, a new canvas. I'm already logged in. First thing I'm going to do is go to Shapes. I'm going to choose a square. I'm going to make my square up at the top. You're going to make it 12 inches. This is strictly for visuals. This isn't anything that I'm going to cut on my Cricut. Don't need to. All cardstock already comes in 12 inches. Now I'm going to go over here and select a color. I don't want it that gray black. I want it a green. Now I'm going to add another shape. I'm going to choose another square. I'm going to change it to 11.5 inches. I'm going to change the color of it to a gray. Now I'm going to select both of my squares. I'm going to hit align to the center. And then I'm going to group them together so that way they always move for me the way that I want them to, or together. And now I'm going to duplicate this because I'm doing a 2-page layout. And I forget if I told you or not, but at the bottom left-hand corner of my screen, I zoomed out to 75% so I can see both of my pages while I'm working. Now, the very next thing that I'm going to do is go out and search images. I'm going to search for sand to start with. I'm just going to type that in my box up there, and I'm going to scroll down until I find one that I like and that I probably want to use. I think I'm going to use this one, and I'm going to go ahead and insert that onto my page. I'm going to change the dimensions of this to be 11.5 inches wide. I'm going to put this at the bottom of my page. I'm going to duplicate it and put it at the other bottom, or bottom of the other page. I'm going to go back to images. I am going to search, I'm going to search for a border. And there's going to be tons of borders that pop up, so you have to just scroll through. And I do Cricut Access, so that's what those little green flags at the top means, is that all of those images are included in Cricut Access. And then you're going to see some that say purchase. That just means I own those cartridges. Excuse me. And they're considered obviously a purchase because they are a purchase. And they're going to say purchase whether they were a physical cartridge that you linked to your design space, or if it's a digital download cartridge that you bought from Cricut that is now linked to your design space account. I'm just looking for a border that maybe has some like little scallops to it, is what I'm hoping to get. This one here, I'm just going to click, but I'm going to keep looking because I may use that one. It's a little small. I was wanting something a little bigger, but so I don't have to go back and keep looking. I've got it there in case I want it. Actually like this one too. It's called a ruffle border, and I'm going to insert both of these for a second. We're just going to play around and look. Oh, that came in at 69 inches. Oh my goodness. Let's immediately change that to 11.5. there. And when I said small, it's not high enough. And I'm not particularly liking it. Now I'm going to take this one. I'm going to change it to 11.5 inches. I'm going to look at this for a second. Now, this has a layer that's hidden. I'm going to open it up. I'm also going to ungroup it because if I use this, I automatically know I don't want the cream color and I don't want the black background color, but I would use this color or that layer, which is the middle layer. And actually, I'm liking that. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this one. This one here, I'm going to come over and change the color to a blue. Oh, too bright. But this just, the colors you're choosing are just for visuals because you're obviously going to change all your colors when you're ready to put it together. Well, not all of them. You're going to stay close within it, but you may even use patterned papers. So I'm going to put both of those right there at the top, and I'm going to go with that. Now, I like grouping my pages together individually, so that way when I want to take them apart to work on them again, I can without taking everything apart. Now, this is the base of this layout. I've got the 12 by 12 background page. I've got the 11.5 by 11.5 gray page. And then I have my sand border. And then I have my scalloped ruffle thingamajiggy at the top. Now I'm going to go over to shapes. I'm going to insert a square. I am going to change, I'm going to unlock so I can play around with the proportions of everything. I'm going to make this 6.5 by 4.5. I'm going to lock it back. I'm also going to change the color of this right now to green. I'm going to insert another square. And I'm going to unlock the dimensions so I can play with those. I'm going to make it 6.25 by 4.25. Lock it back up. Now I'm going to select these two squares. What I'm doing, I've already got the black one select. I'm going to hold down my control key on my keyboard and click the green one. And then I'm going to go up here and to align and put center. And then I'm going to group it together. So it's the way I want it, but I don't want that one black. I want it a gray. And I'm going to duplicate this. I'm going to move it over, but I'm going to unlock the size again. And I'm going to make this one 4.5 wide by 6.5 tall. And then I'm going to lock it back. So that's what I'm working on doing. I'm going to put this right about there. That's my photo mat. And then here's my other photo mat. I'm going to move down here to the corner and put right about there. Now, I want to start adding my images. And how I'm going to do this is click images. I'm getting a stupid internet lag notice there. Apparently everybody in my house and in my neighborhood is using the internet right now. I have clicked on cartridges. I'm going to type in Disney and search my Disney cartridges, and I am going to go down and find the cartridge that I want, and I want Disney Classics cartridge. I'm going to click view all 100 images. And then I'm just going to start adding in some of the, I'm going to add in all of my images at this point. And what I'm doing is I'm going to make a Peter Pan layout. Okay, now I'm going to hit insert images, and they're all going to populate in. I'm going to start moving these over. I'm trying to get the one I want. I want the one that says Peter Pan. And I'm not unlocking it, so everything stays in the dimensions that I need it to be in, or want it to stay in. And I'm just resizing it. And I'm just seeing how well it looks and fits on my page. I'm not worried about the size or the dimensions or anything. And I'm putting my title, obviously, which is Peter Pan with a compass. And I'm going to put it on the right hand side of my page this time. So I'm liking that. Now I'm going to go over here. I brought in some cattails, a cattail image, which is right here. And I'm just going to duplicate this several times because I want to use several of these. I'm just trying to make them look all different, as if they're all different sizes and different stacks in here. So far, I'm liking those. I'm going to bring over my treasure chest, and I can already tell he's a little too large, and I'm arrange him to the front. I'm going to move my cattails around a little more so I can see where they are and what I've got going on there. I'm going to duplicate one of those again, I think. So I'm going to put it right down there. So far, that's looking good to me. Now I brought in Tinkerbell, and I want Tinkerbell to set on top of my treasure chest. I'm going to make her a little smaller. She's a little too big. I'm going to put her right about there. I think she looks cute right there. Now I want to bring over Captain Hook. He's not anywhere near big enough, so we're going to pop him up and make him large and in charge, so to speak. And he's trying to get to the treasure chest, but Tinkerbell's got something up her little sneaky sleeve. So I think that is looking cute so far. Now let's go over here and work on the other page, our left hand side. I've got Peter Pan. I'm going to make him larger. And the only thing I'm worried about is keeping Peter's hands on the page. I don't care if he goes over my borders. I just don't want him to go off. I want to keep his hands in the image. So I'm going to bring up Wendy now. I'm going to make her larger. I'm going to put her right about there. Let's bring in Michael and where we're going to put him. I like him right there. I think or is he John? I think this one's Michael, the little dude. I just realized he's in pink. He's in a little pink pajama set, and he's a boy. But that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. So far, I'm liking all of these that I've got. And because this is going to be a lot of die cutting with most of these images, and Tinkerbell over here is so small, I'm going to flatten Tinkerbell and make her a print and cut. So she is now a print and cut. And I am going to do the exact same thing with all of these cattails. And once you do something with an image, it does pop it up to the front again. So I'm just going to move everything out of the way so I make sure I get all of them for a minute, so I can get them all flattened. Kind of get them back here in place again. Now I need to arrange my treasure chest to the front again. But I also want to arrange that cattail to the front. Again, this is just a visual, so when I'm ready to put everything together, I know I see what I was thinking when I was designing it. Now I'm going to move Tinkerbell back down into place as well. Okay, I think that's looking pretty cute. Maybe we could use some stars in the background. So let me go out here and I'm going to go over to images. I'm going to click on images and out of the cartridge, and I'm going to look for stars. I'm just going to type in stars, and that's what we're going to search for now. Here's a bunch of all different sizes, and they're all grouped together. I use these a lot. I like them. Yeah. So I'm going to pull these in, and the thing of it is, obviously I'm going to have them scattered all throughout my page, not like this, but this just gives me an idea, and I get them cut. And I'm going to duplicate these, because I think I'm going to put a lot of stars on here. And I'm going to duplicate again because I want to put some over here with the captain. And maybe one more time, because I'll have too many, but it will always be reused. So I'm liking the way all of that looks at the moment. Now I'm going to go over to my color sync panel, because I'm going to have a lot of mattes and a lot of color changes. So I'm going to change some of these, all of these greens and stuff. I can make those the same color. And go from there. See, here's two different blacks. I'm going to make these blacks all the same color black. If it's a black, I want them consistently. I want it to look consistent. Now, this Peter Pan, I like Peter Pan itself. I don't like the bright color of the green, but I like the color of green on Peter Pan's leggings, and that's what I'm going to change it to. I'm just going to grab it and pull it up to that one. So that changes that color. It makes my pages more cohesive looking too, because all the colors are going to coordinate from page to page. Here's another black that needs to go up to the black section. What I'm going to do is just grab it and move to the top, and it'll scroll up, and I'm going to drop it into that black layer. So now we have lots of different browns here going on too. So let's see here what we want to do. Okay, these here are the people's hair. So what I'm going to do is make them, some of them, the exact same color. That way I don't have so much other stuff that I'm trying to deal with. And I'm going to change the compass that's this real pale blue to the same color as Wendy's dress. Again, it makes all of those images come over together, and everything's going to look cohesive that way. And then we have some different colors of pink that makes up the lips and tongue. So I'm going to make those all the same color as well. Red and purple. I don't know what, oh, that's what that is. I'm going to make those the same color. So it just, to me, it just makes it all look a little better. And I don't have a million mats that I'm trying to cut either. So I will play with this more before I get ready to cut it out, but I just wanted you to see and know how I go about designing and creating, and it goes fast. It goes really fast. So what I'm going to do is save my project. I'm just going to call it Peter Pan layout and hit save. And then I'll be cutting this one out in the next couple weeks as well. And I will film my process of putting it together when I'm done. Thanks for spending some time with me today, and we'll talk again real soon. Cheers.